Very warm welcome to Extropy. I am Soma Chattaraj and you are watching the first part of Tangents on Conic Sections, that is over circles. So this is a short glimpse of what you are going to see ahead. With that we have questions of IIT JEE 1991, JEE Mains 2019 and many other questions as well, and we will derive these formulas, understand how to remember them with short tricks, multiple methods and much more. So without any further delay, let's jump into the video.
So let us start with tangent over circles. So first let us see that what relation a line can have with a circle. Not only a circle but with any general curve, but we are taking for example the circle. It will be easy to understand. Suppose this is your circle, right? So what are the types of line you can have? First type of line is this one, second type of line is this one, and third type of line is this one. So what is the major difference in all these three types of line? What you can say is that this first line does not touch or intersect the circle, that is, it does not have any common point with the circle. This is your line type 1. This is your line type 2. In this type 2 you see that the line intersects the circle, that is, it has 2 points in common with the circle. And the line of type 3 is it has only a single point of contact with the circle, only a single point of contact, that is, it touches the circle at only one single point. And this category of line are classified as tangents, be it for circles, be it for parabola, hyperbola, ellipse, whatever type of curve it is. If a line touches the curve only at a single point, then we can see that, or we can say that particular line is the tangent to the given curve. So let us begin with the first type of equation of tangent. We will learn several types of equation of tangent which will be required in different questions. Now you need to judge the questions based upon your practice, that which format is suitable for which question. So for the first method, or for the first equation of tangent, we will use the concept of a circle which we learned earlier in class 8 or 9th level, that if this is a circle and this is a tangent, which a tangent is a line which touches the circle at a single point, as I told earlier, then the perpendicular distance from the center to the tangent is equal to the radius. Yes, our concept is so basic. We will use this basic concept to find our equation. So for beginning, I have used the simplest format of circle available, that is x square plus y square equals to a square, and a standard line y equals to mx plus c. X square plus y square equals to a square. What does this circle signify? That the center is actually 0, 0 and the radius is equals to a, right? We all know this basic terms. So let us find the distance of this line from center 0, 0. So let us rewrite this line in this format: mx minus y plus c equals to 0. So distance equals to mod of m. Now we put the values of 0, 0 in this, minus 0 plus c by root under coefficient of x square and coefficient of y square. This is equal to c by root under 1 plus m square. And what is d? D is actually the radius. The radius over here is a. So we can write that plus minus a equals to c by root under 1 plus m square. The plus minus came because of removing the mod. So c equals to plus minus a into root under 1 plus m square. So we have arrived at our one of the most important results over the chapter of tangents, and that is c equals to plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square. So if you rewrite the equation of the line now, what does it become? The equation of the line becomes y equals to mx plus minus a into root under 1 plus m square. This is your natural tangent to this particular circle. We need to keep in mind both the equation of the tangent as well as the equation of the circle. That is the format of the equation of the circle, because without keeping in mind both the things together, keeping in mind only a single thing will be in vain. Now based upon the concept we learned just now, let us solve one easy question so that you will have a grip upon the concept you just learned. Find the value of k such that 3x minus y plus k equals to 0 will be a tangent to the circle x square plus y square equals to 10. So x square plus y square equals to 10, and the given line is 3x minus y plus k equals to 0. We can rewrite this line as y equals to 3x plus k. And the format we have learned earlier is that x square plus y square equals to a square. The tangent is y equals to mx plus minus a into root under 1 plus m square, right? So if you compare this part and this part, you see that okay, this thing actually matches with each other, where the value of a square is actually 10. From the comparison you can obtain this. And if you compare this and this, what you can find is that the coefficient of y is same, and the coefficient of x over here is m, and the coefficient of x over here is 3. Therefore m equals to 3 and k equals to plus minus a into root under 1 plus m square, right? Because this is the constant over here and this is the constant over here, plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square. So you have the value of a and the value of m. So the value of k is just cakewalk. So this is plus minus, if a square is 10, then a is root 10 into root over 1 plus m is 3, therefore m square is 9. So this becomes plus minus root 10 into root 10 equals to plus minus 10, k equals to plus minus of 10. So we can say that y equals to 3x plus minus 10 are tangents to x square plus y square equals to 10. Yes, these are equation of two tangents, one with the plus sign, another with the minus sign. Now the most probable immediate question which might be rising in your mind is that the questions in the exam aren't always so simple that we will get a circle of the format x square plus y square equals to a square and just find the equation of tangent as this. No, things aren't always that simple, I agree. So you might be thinking that what for this type of circle, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0, what for this type of circles? That is the standard equation of a circle, and the concept isn't much different. The key concept revolves around this only. So let us see what is that revolvement. So we rewrite the standard equation of a circle. Now I just rewrite in a different format. So x square plus 2gx you take it together, y square plus 2fy you take it together, plus c you take with separately. So x square plus 2gx, and if I add g square over here plus y square plus 2fy plus f square over here, and if I subtract g square minus f square and the c remains as it is, this equation is just in a rewritten format. This is nothing new, it is the same as this, just little bit modified. What you can observe is that this is x plus g whole square, right? X square plus 2gx plus g square. This is y plus f whole square equals to g square plus f square minus c. As we change the side, we change the sign. So this is the equation of a standard circle in a different format. This is one format, this is another format. Both represent the same circle. Even we can rewrite it little bit more differently, like y plus f whole square equals to root under g square plus f square minus c whole square, right? The same thing. So if we consider this x plus g, small x plus g as capital X square plus the small f plus y as capital Y square equals to, and this as a square. Does this look similar? Of course it does. It is your that similar equation just written in a capitalized version, x square plus y square equals to a square. So can we write the equation of a tangent for this type of equation, this blue one? Of course we can. Y equals to mx plus minus a into root under 1 plus m square. We learnt it just now, and of course it is correct. I think you can get the idea that you have got the equation of the tangent you wanted. So what we need to do now is that in place of y, what was x and y? Capital X was actually x plus g and capital Y was actually y plus f. and a was root under g square plus f square minus c. Correct? This was a. So what you need to do now is that replace this capital Y and capital X with this small formats. Therefore, y plus f equals to m into x plus g plus minus what is a root under g square plus f square minus c into root under 1 plus m square. Yes, and this is your equation of a tangent to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. This isn't any magic. Most probably you have understood if you have already in class 12th and you have studied the coordinate geometry of class 11. This is actually shifting of origin. I haven't drawn any figure like that we are shifting origin. This is a standardized easier version to understand shifting of origin. So with this concept you can easily find out the equation of tangent for all the conic sections coming ahead. So keep this key concept in mind, replacing this with this with this, then writing the standard format you already know, then again replacing this to get the standardized version. So now let us solve a question regarding the format we have obtained. Based on the concept we learned just now, that is how to find the equation of a tangent for any given general equation of circle, let us apply that. Rewrite this in a different format: x square plus 6x plus y square plus 8y equals to 24. So this is actually x square plus 2 into 3x. So 6x plus 9 will help us to convert in a plus b whole square format. 8y, this is 2 into 4 into y, therefore 4 square is missing. So if you add 16 and 9, that is 25, you need to deduct 25 as well to maintain the equilibrium of the equation. So this becomes x plus 3 whole square plus y plus 4 whole square equals to 25 plus 24, which is 49. So this becomes x plus 3 whole square plus y plus 4 whole square equals to 7 whole square. So if you take this as x square and this is as y square equals to 7 square. What is the equation of the circle? What is the equation of the tangent? I mean mx plus minus a into root under 1 plus m square. Now replace capital Y with small y plus 4, m into x plus 3 plus minus a is 7 root under 1 plus m square. This is your equation of tangent for this given equation of circle. Now you will be very surprised that you have actually solved unknowingly half of the portion of a question which appeared in JEE Mains 2019, and we will solve the rest half of the question just now immediately followed by this. So you can see that how important this concept is. So let us see the question ahead. So as you can see that this is the question which came in JEE Mains 2019, and these questions are very common based on the concept of common tangent. Common tangent are one of the frequently asked topics inside tangents. So you need to keep a good grip over this. So the question says the common tangent to the circles x square plus y square equals to 4 and x square plus y square plus 6x plus 8y plus 24 also passes through. So you get the basic idea that we need to find the equation of the common tangent. If you have the equation of the common tangent, now through which point is passes isn't a very tough task to find. So as we already found the equation of the tangent, equation of the natural tangent in slope format to this circle, just what we need to do is find the equation of the natural tangent to this circle and equate both of them. So what was the natural tangent for this? It was y plus 4 equals to m into x plus 3 plus minus 7 into root under 1 plus m square. So this becomes y equals to mx plus 3m plus minus 7 into root under 1 plus m square minus 4. And what is the equation to this circle? The equation of the tangent to x square plus y square equals to 2 square. So the equation is y equals to mx plus minus a is 2 root under 1 plus m square. So we need to equate both these lines because both these are same. That's why we have kept the slope as m. We haven't taken any different variable because both these lines are same. So what we notice is that this part this part all are same. So the constant parts also need to be same. So this brings us to the conclusion that 3m plus minus 7 into 1 plus m square minus 4 equals to plus minus 2 into root under 1 plus m square. So this becomes plus minus 5 into root under 1 plus m square equals to 4 minus 3m. Now whole square both the sides. 25 plus 1 plus m square equals to 4 minus 3m whole square. So this becomes 25 plus 25m square equals to 16 plus 9m square minus 24m. If you solve this, this becomes 25 minus 9, 16m square plus 24m plus 25 minus 16 is 9. Therefore, solve the value of m. M equals to minus 24 plus minus root under 24 whole square 576 minus 64 into 9, 64 into 9, 9 4 are 36, 3, 9 6 are 54 and 3 57, 576 by 2a, that is 32. So this is minus 24 by 32 or minus 3 by 4. Therefore, m equals to minus 3 by 4. Now we need to apply this value of m over any of the equation of tangent we already formed. So we use it in the easier format, which was this plus minus 2 into root under 1 plus m square. This one was actually smaller. So minus 3x by 4 plus minus 2 into root under 1 plus 9 by 16. So this is y equals to minus 3x by 4 plus minus 2 into, this becomes 4 and this is 5, 2. So this is y equals to minus 3x by 4 plus 5 by 2 or y equals to minus 3x by 4 minus 5 by 2. So this becomes 4y equals to minus 3x plus 10 or 4y equals to minus 3x minus 10. Correct? So now apply one by one these values and see which one passes through these lines. As is the single correct question appeared in JEE Mains, single correct questions usually come in JEE Mains. So if we get one option, we need not check for the other options. So let us start with the first option, 6 comma minus 2. We apply both the sides. 4 into minus 2 equals to minus 3 into 6 plus 10. So this is minus 8 on the left hand side and this is minus 18 plus 10. So minus 8. LHS equals to RHS. Therefore, we can say that this the common tangent, this line of common tangent also passes through this point 6 comma minus 2, and we need not check for the other options as this is a single correct question. So you can see that how important the question are on the topic of common tangents, as this is a very recent question, and how easy they are. Just we need to know how to write the equation of a tangent for a given particular equation. So now let us proceed further. Now let us see the type 2 of equation of tangent. For a standard given circle, let the circle be x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. So you can rewrite this as x plus g whole square plus y plus f whole square equals to g square plus f square minus c, right? So what you can conclude is that the circle should have center as minus g comma minus f. You I think already knew it if you have studied circle, that divide the coefficient of x by minus 2, divide the coefficient of y by minus 2 and you get the center of the circle. Okay, but I have shown you separately as well. Now let this be the tangent and let this be the tangent at x1 comma y1. Our requirement, what was the requirement initially? That you have a given circle, you have a given point on it. With the help of that, you need to find the equation of the tangent. The earlier concept we learned was that you have a circle, you have a tangent, you have been given the slope of the tangent and you found the equation of the tangent. But now the requirement is different, as the supply is also different, as you are given with a point. So now let us see how to find this. Consider this center as C and this point as P. What is the slope of CP? This is y1 plus f by x1 plus g. y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2. Okay. So what is the slope of the tangent? As both the lines are perpendicular, therefore the relation is m of tangent into m of Cp equals to minus 1. Therefore the slope of tangent is minus of x1 plus g by y1 plus f. Correct. So this is your slope of the tangent at point x1 and y1. So now can you write the equation of the tangent at x1 comma y1? You have the given point, you have a given slope, and now it is a no-brainer that how to find the equation of the tangent with this given to data. Let us find out. So we have a given point, given slope. The equation of the tangent is y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1. Now just cross multiply both the things, y minus y1 into y1 plus f equals to x1 plus g into x1 minus x. This becomes y1 plus f of y minus y1 square minus f y1 equals to x1 square minus x1 plus gx1 minus gx. Now we rewrite this x1 plus y1, and this side we bring x1 square plus y1 square, okay, plus gx1 plus fy1, and this side we bring plus gx, we already have plus fy. So all the terms covered. Now as I told you that x1 comma y1 lies over the circle, therefore if you insert it, what was the equation of the circle? It was x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. So if you insert the point x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c equals to 0, right? So what we are missing over this side? We need another gx1, one fy1 and one c, then we can equate this side to 0. So we add these three terms to both the sides, xx1, yy1 plus gx plus fy plus 1 gx1, 1 fy1, and it is equivalent if you add or do not add the c on both the sides. For your convenience I am adding it. Okay. So this becomes x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 2fy1 plus c. So this side is now equal to 0. So what does this transform to? x1 plus y1 plus g, let me write it in this way, wait, 2 into g x plus x1 by 2 plus 2fy plus y1 by 2 plus c equals to 0. This is your equation of the tangent. This is one of the most important results you are going to encounter in the journey ahead in coordinate geometry. If this is the first time you are seeing this, and if you are already seeing this for the second or third time, I think you know how important this result is, because this brings us to a conclusion of a very important transformation which just makes our life very easier and helps us find tangents within seconds. Let us see what the transformation is. Okay. So what we have found is, for this circle x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c, and for a point x1 y1, on it the point should lie on the circle. This is very important condition, because if it does not lie on the circle, this transformation will not lead us to the equation of the tangent, but will lead us to the equation of the chord of contact. If you have already studied this, I think you are understanding what I mean. I will also explain what I mean just a few minutes later. So what we see is that x square becomes xx1. So x square is being transformed to xx1, y square is being transformed to yy1, x is being transformed to x plus x1 by 2, and y to y plus y1 by 2. You are keeping the degree same. See, both are second degree terms, first degree terms, first degree terms. So this is actually a homogeneous transformation, and which helps us in finding the equation of the tangent very easily. So what we can, and what we say this equation as, t equals to 0. This equation, this transformation is called t, and equals to 0 is the equation of tangent for, important point, x1 y1, on it x1 y1 lying on it. So now let me tell you what I meant by the equation of the chord of contact. Okay, now let me explain you that. Suppose we have this circle and x1 comma y1 isn't lying on the circle this time, and this just transforms the entire scene. If you draw two tangents from an external point, we can draw actually two tangents from an external point. We have learned this earlier in our junior classes, and the chord which actually connects these 2 points is known as the chord of contact. This you will learn in a separate video of circle I make, or you have already learned it probably, or if you are in class 11th you will learn it after the topic of tangent. This is another important topic actually, and its equation is also found by t equals to 0. So this t equals to 0 is one time giving us chord of contact, one time giving us equation of tangent. So much confusion, right? No, there is no such confusion in this, because what is happening here, x1 and y1 is lying outside the circle, and when x1 and y1 is lying on the circle, this is giving you the equation of a tangent. You can actually see this graphic, actually visualize this. Okay, let me draw 2-3 circles for you. Suppose this P point is little bit far away. So this is your chord of contact. This P point comes more closer to your circle. Okay, P comes more closer. Can you see this chord of contact being transformed to a tangent, coming closer and closer, closer and closer? And when this P point lies on the circle, this chord of contact transforms to a tangent. So we can say that if this point is P, as P approaches the circle, the chord of contact becomes tangent. So this is a very important visualization, and I think you, as if you are a mathematics enthusiast of class 11th and 12th journey, you are enjoying it, then you will really understand and enjoy this visualization. Okay, now let us move further. Now let us apply the transformation on another simple question. The question says that find the equation of tangent to circle x square plus y square minus 6x plus 8y plus 15 equals to 0 at 4 comma minus 1. The first thing we need to do before applying this transformation is that we need to check whether this point lies on the circle or not. So let us check that. 4 square plus minus 1 square minus 6 into 4 plus 8 into minus 1 plus 15. 16 plus 1 minus 24 minus 8 plus 15. 17 minus 32 plus 15. 32 minus 32 equals to 0. So we see that this point actually lies on the circle. So now we can apply our transformation, and if this point was inside the circle, then there is no case of tangent, because from an interior point you cannot draw a tangent. And if this point lied outside the circle, we have to solve it differently. I will show you how, and you will get actually two different equations of tangents, because two tangents can be drawn from an external point. Now let us apply our transformation. The transformation was x square will be transformed to x x1, y square to y y1, x to x plus x1 by 2, y will be transformed to y plus y1 by 2. So now let us do the transformation. X into 4 plus y into minus 1 minus 6 into x plus 4 by 2 plus 8 into y minus 1 by 2 plus 15 equals to 0. This becomes 4x minus y minus 3 into x plus 4 plus 4 into y minus 1 plus 15 equals to 0. So this becomes 4x minus y minus 3x minus 12 minus plus 4y minus 4 plus 15 equals to 0. This becomes x, and this was y, this is 4, this is x plus 3y, and 12 minus 4 is minus 16 plus 15 is minus 1 equals to 0. So the equation of the required tangent is x plus 3y minus 1 equals to 0. For your extra practice, what you can do is that find the center of the circle and the radius, and then find the distance from the center to this line and equate it to the radius. It should be equal to the radius. What is the center? You can easily find it. The center is actually 3 comma minus 4. You do it in the way you like and just verify this as a homework. Now let us move on to the next part. With the help of the transformation we already learned, we can find the equation of the tangent in another important form known as the parametric form. Now what is the parametric form? Parametric form is based upon the equation of the tangents over a point P, which is actually a parametric point. Parametric point is actually based upon another variable theta x, where x equals to a cos theta, y equals to a sin theta. And this satisfies this equation, right? Because a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta equals to a square. You take in common sin square plus sin square theta plus cos square theta, which is 1. Therefore, a square and a square, both the sides match. So now let us do this transformation. X into x1. Here x1 is a cos theta plus y into a sin theta, and constant term, no need of transformation, a you cancel. This becomes x cos theta plus y sin theta equals to a. This is another equation of tangent for our this circle. You can even verify this. How can we verify? Our old standard proof that from the center the perpendicular distance to tangent is equal to the radius. The center is actually 0, 0, so therefore the distance is 0 into cos theta plus 0 into sin theta minus a by root under coefficient of x square, coefficient of y square, d equals to, this is 1, this is minus a, this is actually a. So we can see that the distance from the center, that is the perpendicular distance from the center to the tangent, is equal to the radius, and this helps us verify that the equation we have obtained through this transformation gives us actually correct results, and this is another important form known as the parametric form of tangent. So now let us see even more applied concepts over this.
Now let us look at the another important aspect regarding tangents, which is a probable favorite sector for JEE question makers, which is finding the point of contact. The question will be something like this, that you are given with a tangent of the format y equals to mx plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square, and you have the circle x square plus y square equals to a square, and you need to find the point of contact, because if this is the circle and if this is the tangent, there is certainly one point of contact that we need to find. See, one basic way is to solve both these equations, right? If you insert the y value over here and solve it, you will get the value of the coordinates of this point. This is one very simple way and the most fundamental way. If you forget the special formulas, then this is the way you have to rely on. But now let us see another ready-made formula. Let us make one formula, derive it, so that if you remember that, you can easily find out the point of contact. So for our ease, we are considering the circle to be x square plus y square equals to a square, and the natural tangent to be y equals to mx plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square, and let the point of contact be x1 comma y1. Now just now we have learned the concept that with the point x1 comma y1 lying on the circle, you can find the equation of tangent. So let us find that equation. So the equation will be x1 plus y1 minus a square equals to 0. And the equation we already have is mx minus y plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square equals to 0. So as both these represent the same line, therefore we can compare this and take out the value of x1 and y1. So what we can do is that m by x1 equals to minus 1 by y1 equals to plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square by minus a square, right? This coordinate by this minus 1 by this, and this entire thing by this. Okay, so from this what you can get, that y1 equals to, we will solve this and this together. y1 equals to a square by plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square, because minus minus will become a square and this will come at the bottom, and x1 equals to minus a square m by a into root over 1 plus m square. Okay, and a plus minus over here. So if you consider the x1 if you consider it like this, that it is plus minus a and a will be cancelled, plus minus am by root under 1 plus m square, then your y1 will be minus plus a by root under 1 plus m square. This is an important point to be noted, that if one is with plus minus, the other one will be minus plus. And if you did the reverse, that x1 was minus plus, then this would have become plus minus. So the sign will actually be in a cycle. This you need to keep in mind. So these are the point of contact of the tangent on with the circle, right? So now let us proceed to the next concept. Till now what we have learnt is that we can find the equation of a tangent if we have the given slope of the tangent, or else we are given that on which point it is drawn, that point should lie on the circle. So slope and this one done. Now what if we have a circle and we have an external point? We can draw actually two tangents from an external points to a given circle. How to find the equation of these tangents from an external point x1, y1? They do not lie on the circle. That is what it means to be an external point. So what do we do now? Again, let us consider this circle to be x square plus y square equals to a square. Why we consider this every time? Because this is the most simplest form of the equation of the circle, and if you actually learn to apply things with this formula, you can extrapolate your knowledge and apply it to the other questions, and most of the questions are generally based upon this basic formula. But you should also know how to manipulate and shift the origin, which I have shown earlier. Okay, now let's leave those apart and now let's see what to do. So let us write the equation of natural tangent for this circle. Natural tangent means that that line will be a tangent automatically. Means we have derived the condition actually for it. So this is your natural tangent. Let me write the topic over here, that tangent from external point. Important concept. So I am telling you the algorithm. You need to write this, your standard equation of tangent. Now suppose if this point is given, it lies outside the circle. Okay, so it wouldn't satisfy the circle, but the tangent of course passes through this point. Then this equation should satisfy this point, plus minus a into root under 1 plus m square. Now this is actually a quadratic equation in m. If you separate this and make it whole square, what I mean is that y1 minus mx1 whole square equals to a square into 1 plus m square. Now this is a quadratic in m. So you solve this, this will become a simple quadratic equation and we get the value of m, and then you input the value of m in this and you get the required equation of tangents. Now I will show you one example regarding this to make your concepts even more clear. Let us look at the question. So this is the question we have in front of us. It tells us that find the equation of tangents to circle x square plus y square minus 6x plus 8y equals to 0 from 0, 1. If you are in a hurry and if you do not notice that what is the position of the point, then you might commit a blunder mistake. Like we have learnt a format that how to find the equation of a tangent if a point lies on the circle. Over it there we transform x squared to xx1, y squared to y by 1 and the other required transformations. Now if you are in a hurry and you will just do the transformation x into 0 plus y into 1 minus 6 into x plus 0 by 2 plus 8 into y plus 1 by 2 equals to 0. Now this gets 0, this is 3, therefore y minus 3x plus 4y plus 4 equals to 0. This becomes your 5y minus 3x plus 4 equals to 0. So what you can see is there that this question is actually, the options are nice, but the examiner might keep this option as well and you will tick it and commit a blunder mistake. Why this was wrong? Why here the transformation did not work? Because 0, 1 does not lie on the circle. Now how can we check that this is actually wrong? Now we need to check that does 0, 1 lie on the circle. This is the work you should do at first. 0, 1, therefore whole square minus 6 into 0 plus 8 into 1. So this is actually 9, which is not equal to 0. Therefore this point does not satisfy the circle. So the point does not lie on circle. then you cannot apply that transformation. Here you need to apply the algorithm which I already discussed with you. What was that? First you need to write the equation of the natural tangent. So we convert it. This becomes x minus 3 whole square plus y plus 4 whole square equals to 25. I am not explaining again that how to write the equation of tangent because I already did it. So this becomes y plus 4 equals to m into x minus 3 plus minus 5 into root under 1 plus m square. And now this is your natural tangent. And now what was the logic? That it should also pass through 0, 1, because if the tangent is drawn from an external point, then the tangent must satisfy this external point, right? So now you insert it. 1 plus 4 m into 0 minus 3 plus minus 5 into root under 1 plus m square. This becomes 5 equals to minus 3m plus minus 5 into root under 1 plus m square. So this becomes 5 plus 3m whole square equals to 25 into 1 plus m square. Now you need to solve this quadratic equation in m. So what does this become? 25 plus 9m square plus 30m equals to 25 plus 25m square. So this becomes 25 gets cancelled, 25 9 16m square equals to 30m. Therefore one solution is m equals to 0. Then you cut both the m equals to, this is very important, you need to keep this in mind. We will means in a hurry if we do, we will automatically cancel it and we will neglect this value, and as the question is a multi-choice question and you will commit a mistake. Now the value of m is 30 by 16, which is 15 by 8. So you have two values, m equals to 0, m equals to 15 by 8. Now you need to solve using both these values. You need to write in a side what was your equation of tangent. So your equation of tangent was actually y plus 4 equals to m into x minus 3 plus minus root under 5, little bit untidy, sorry, y plus 4 equals to m into x minus 3 plus minus 5 into under root 1 plus m square. Now you insert m equals to 0 first. Y plus 4 equals to 0 plus minus 5. So this becomes y equals to either 1 or y equals to 0. We have option y equals to 1. So select that option. Now you insert m equals to 15 by 8. Okay. So what does it become? Y plus 4 equals to 15 by 8 x minus 3 plus minus 5 into root under 1 plus 225 by 64.
So now transforming this over here, this becomes y plus 4 equals to 15 by 8 x minus 3 plus minus 5 into 17 by 8. So you multiply the 8 over here, 8y plus 32 equals to 15x minus 45 plus minus 85. So this becomes 15x minus 8y. By seeing this only we have corrected this option, 15x minus 8y. Now if you bring this over here, this becomes minus 77 plus minus 85. Okay. Now if you consider the option with plus 85, so this becomes plus 8. So 15x minus 8y plus 8 equals to 0. This is 1 and this is 1. So this is the algorithm you need to follow when you are finding equation of tangent from an external point. I hope this was clear to you. So the another small subtopic is finding the length of tangent from an external point. Now why external point? Very simple, right? Because if you were given a circle and a point on it, you can draw one tangent over it, but what is the length? How much do you want? Because you can extend it infinitely as much as you want. So there is no sense in asking the length of tangent from a given point which lies on a circle. Sense is only made when you are asked for the length from an external point. Suppose this is the tangent you draw. This was the point given to you and this is the tangent you draw. So here is the point of contact. So this is your length. This can be framed into a question that find the length of the tangent from a given external point. Now let us just look at the simple concept how to do it. You have this figure, right? You are given an external point, so you draw one tangent. Okay. Now from the center you drop one perpendicular over it. Also you connect the center to the external point. Now let your circle be your standard circle x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0, and this is your minus g comma minus f. Then Okay, I'm not explaining how because I already did it a few times. This is your tangent and this is the length you actually want. And what is this? This is your radius, right? And this can be found, this distance formula. Okay. So if you apply Pythagoras theorem that this is your hypotenuse, this is the base and this is the perpendicular. So hypotenuse square, first find the length of hypotenuse. This was hypotenuse and its square plus radius square equals to L square. So this becomes x1 square plus g square plus 2x1g plus y1 square plus f square plus 2y1f plus r square. When what is r? R is actually root under g square plus f square minus c. So g square plus f square minus c equals to, this is actually your hypotenuse square, so the r square will be this side, right? So 2y1f equals to L square plus g square plus f square minus c. Okay, g square and f square will be cancelled, g square and f square. Okay, so what does this transform to? L square equals to x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c. What is this? This is actually x1 y1 put into the equation of circle, so we can write it as s1 L square. Therefore L equals to root under s1. Now let me just tell you that what does s1 mean. These are important notations in coordinate geometry actually. Suppose you have the equation of the circle x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Okay, s1 corresponds to x1. Put x1 y1 into this. This is your s1. y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c equals to 0. Therefore we found that L equals to root under s1. Therefore put and then root. This is how you can remember. Put then root. Put the value then root the value. So I hope this was very simple and you understand it clearly. Let us move ahead. Now let us say one interesting question regarding tangents, interesting as well as simple. Find the radius of the circle for which 3x minus 4y plus 8 equals to 0 and 6x minus 8y plus 6x minus 8y minus 12 equals to 0 are tangents. If you notice carefully, these are actually parallel lines, right? Because this line can be transformed to, you take 2 common, this becomes 3x minus 4y minus 6 equals to 0. So this becomes 3x minus 4y minus 6 equals to 0 and this is your 3x minus 4y plus 8 equals to 0. These are parallel lines, clearly visible, because I hope it is clear, because the slope of both are equal. Y equals to 3 by 4 and y equals to 3 by 4. Okay, so now if you imagine the figure that if both are tangents, so one is like this and the other one is like this because both are parallel. Why? Because if both are tangents, see, lines parallel to this are this like this. So one line over here comes and becomes a tangent. This is a concept that at the end of the diameter, two parallel tangents can be drawn. Okay. So if we find the distance between two parallel tangents, we can get the diameter and then the radius is just a cakewalk. So now let us find the distance between these two parallel lines. So d equals to your c1 minus c2 by root under a square plus b square, correct? So what is your c1 minus c2? Now 8 minus of minus 6, so 14 by root under 9 plus 16. This is 14 by 5. This is actually your diameter. Therefore the radius is 14 by 5 divided by 2. So the radius is 7 by 5 units. So this was an interesting question, that two parallel tangents can be drawn at the end of the diameter. If this was the diameter, you can draw two parallel tangents like this. So I hope this question was clear to you. When we begin learning coordinate geometry, we follow a sequence. First we learn straight line, then circle, then parabola, ellipse, and then hyperbola. This is a general sequence followed. One just cannot go and directly learn ellipse or hyperbola. I mean, they can. I don't know their learning methodology, but they can learn. Although it is advisable to go in this progression, because the things you learn in this chapter are actually used in the further chapters ahead. and that's why you need to spend most of the time in these two chapters followed by this and then these two. The same is with our video. Most of the content is based upon straight line followed by parabola followed by ellipse followed by hyperbola. The content will be very less because the things you learn in circle, the transformation thing, x square will be transformed to xx1, y square to yy1, these are actually applicable to all this. Yes, you heard it right. These are actually applicable to all this with the same condition that the point should lie on the curve. Now, why I am telling you these all things? Now, the question you have in front is a question of IIT JEE 1991. The question says two circles each of radius 5 units touch each other at 1, 2. If their equation of the common tangents is this, find the equation of the circles. Now, in this question, with the way I will solve, you wouldn't require any equation like y equals to mx plus minus a into root over 1 plus m square or that transformation. No, you wouldn't need. What you will require is the basic conception of tangent, that the distance from radius is that your distance from center to tangent is radius, and these are basic concepts. And another key point you can see over here is common tangent. I am emphasizing it since the beginning of the video that common tangents is one of the most important topics being asked in this subcategory of tangent and normals. Okay. In this question, what you will need is a strong idea about straight lines. When you will solve in the way I am prescribing, you will understand that why I am telling so. So now let us begin with the solving of the question. Two circles, each of radius 5 units, touch each other. So now let us draw a rough figure. This is one circle, this is another circle. Okay, they touch each other. They have a common tangent. This one. Now why I am considering this as a common tangent? Because this will actually make your question easier. If you consider any other diagram, your question will become little bit tough, but this is the easiest way. Okay, you have centers over here, right, and this distance is 5 units, correct. You have been given this equation 4x plus 3y equals to 10, and the point of contact which is 1, 2. Can you find the equation of this line perpendicular to that tangent and passing through 1, 2? Of course we can easily, as it is perpendicular, so we directly write by exchanging the coefficients 3x minus 4y plus lambda equals to 0. This is the line parallel to this. Exchange the coefficient, change the sign. Short trick, or you can do it in a long process as you want. Okay, so now what we need to do is put the condition that it passes through 1, 2 minus 4 2 lambda, then lambda is actually 5. Therefore, this equation is 3x minus 4y plus 5 equals to 0. You have got the equation 3x minus 4y plus 5 equals to 0. Now you need to find, see, for finding the equation of the circle, we have the radius. Just what we need is the value of the center. Then we are good to go. How to find that? Now we need a little bit knowledge of straight lines. Sorry, this was not meant to be erased. Now we need to use the knowledge of straight lines. Okay. When we are given a straight line, suppose this is the straight line given to you, its slope is tan theta, and you are over here, right? This is the point x1, y1. You move r units ahead or you move r units backward, r units. How can you find that coordinate? That coordinate is actually x equals to x1 plus minus r cos theta and y equals to y1 plus minus r sin theta. If you remember, this is your parametric form for straight lines, and this is why you need to study straight lines nicely before moving on to circles. Okay. So this tan theta is the slope. We have the slope of the line. This one is your line. We have the slope. Okay. So with sin theta cos theta we can find. We also have x1 y1 1, 2. R is 5. Everything is available. Just we need to calculate. So let's do it. What is the slope of this? The slope of this is actually, this is what? 4y equals to 3x plus 5. Y equals to 3 by 4x plus 5 by 4. Therefore, m equals to 3 by 4. This is your tan theta. Therefore, sin theta is what? 3 by 5. Cos theta is what? 4 by 5. 3, 4, 5 Pythagorean triplet. Tan theta p by b. So, p is 3. Okay, I am not explaining in detail. This you know how to do. So now let us write x equals to x1 plus minus r cos theta. So what will this become? 1 plus minus, because this is 1 comma 2, 1 plus minus 5 into 4 by 5. This is 1 plus minus 4. This will result to 5 and minus 3. Okay, 5 and minus 3. Similarly, y equals to y1 plus minus r sine theta. 2 plus minus 5 into 3 by 5. This becomes either 5 or minus 1. Therefore, considering this and this, we have a pair 5 comma 5 and minus 3 comma minus 1. These are the center coordinates of the two given circles. So we already have the radius and the center. So one equation is x minus 5 plus y minus 5 whole square equals to 5 square. The other one is x plus 3 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square equals to 5 square. This is 5. So these two are the required equation of the circles. So you see how useful the knowledge of straight line was over here. This is a question of IIT JEE. You can understand the importance yourself. Let's move ahead.
So with that, we have completed our part 1 of the series of tangents over circles. So this is a short glimpse of what you already saw with the derivations. You can take a snapshot of this as a note, but I would recommend you watching the entire video and noting down it with your own hands. Then you can remember it very nicely. I hope the previous year questions are also clear to you. And in the next part, we will cover the tangent over parabolas, which will come soon after this video. So I hope that all the things which I discussed are clear, and if you have any doubts, suggestion or anything you want to say, please drop down into the comment section. I will be really happy to read your comments. So let's meet in the next video. Thank you.